Yo, good morning, everybody. Good morning, welcome to the stream. First things first, drop a like on the stream if you guys are ready to get the day started. If you guys haven't already, subscribe and let's get this all rolling. All right, so I just screenshotted everything we have on the news. We'll wait just a minute to let everyone roll in, but you guys can take a look. Oh, so yeah, this meme era is starting again, I guess. So hopefully, we saw Andrew Tate post about GameStop. We saw Andrew Tate post about GameStop. How crazy is that? Andrew Tate said, "Should I buy a million?" He said, "Should I buy $1 million worth of GameStop?" 5,000 retweets. It's about to hit it. So that's good to see. I like to see when GameStop runs, but I also don't like it, right? I have a love and hate relationship, and let me tell you guys why. When GameStop and AMC runs, right? I'm a day trader, so I don't usually trade them because those are more meme stocks. So I don't day trade them, but if I find a swing opportunity, then I'll swing them, right? I'll swing them. But um, intraday, if GameStop and AMC are running, they take all the volume. They take all the volume. So like now I'm sitting here, I can't trade TVGN, I can't trade this, I can't trade this, I can't trade this, can't trade anything. But it doesn't matter, right? It's good. But overall, remember guys when COVID came and GameStop was running, how much like your dad's cousin was talking about it, right? Like everyone in the world was talking about it. So it's like, all right, I mean, it's really good for the market because there's so much volume coming in. But how do I see these people? Do I feel bad for them? It's just more liquidity in the market. And the people that are going to make and take advantage of that are the people who know how to trade. Just because there's more volume, there could be more manipulation. But if you want to take advantage of more volume coming into the overall market, you have to know what to trade properly, right? Because there's more liquidity, there's so much more opportunity. So I'm going to make sure that you guys understand market structure and really get a breakdown to capitalize on this run. Or not only on GME, but just overall market, more money getting into the market. So let's check out TVGN, number one runner. There's no news, right? There's no PR. Although I do have some lines from before, so I guess on this day run up, maybe. We'll see. It was on that day run up. Okay. Now let's kind of look at that previous day first, see where we were at. So let's go to the 1 hour. Okay, so I'm going to the 1 hour, looking at the previous time TVGN ran last 2 weeks ago, right? 2 weeks ago TVGN ran. Now we have a massive upper wick with a lot of supply, right? This is where we rejected, and this is where we had a massive move down. So right now, let's see what we did. So let's draw out a zone at this previous rejection from the wick to the body candle open, okay? So that's the zone that we're drawing. And we're going to look for where sellers are sitting. So obviously, sellers broke over this high. And we always talk about where's liquidity sitting, right? So liquidity, meaning resting orders for breakout traders and for shorts to enter, is sitting over the highs. So right now, we break over the highs, we grab liquidity, right? And we reject again at this zone, and we start to move down. So what are we looking for now? Or what do we look for now? So something that I see off the bat, right? This zone right here is old supply, right? This caused a massive move down. So I'll mark this out as a zone as well because this is pretty significant. If we can make this level support, right, then that's a very good sign. But this is not where I'm looking to add. Reason for that is because we've already broken below it. So we broke above highs, we grab liquidity to the upside. Now we want to break lows and grab liquidity to the downside. So where's the support on the downside? So we have a candle support right here, right, that we can break below and grab liquidity, or down to 138. These are two levels that I would watch to break below and grab liquidity. Reason for that is because we have a lower wick right here, right? We have a lower wick from this buying pressure should come in right now, right? Under this level, or we break below this 1 hour support level, grab liquidity, either something like that all the way back up or something like we're doing right now, like that, because we need to reclaim this blue line. Reason for that on the reclaim of the blue would be simply because of that candle close, right? So we're looking at the candle wick and then we're looking at the candle close, right? So this is a candle analysis based on where I think buyers are going to step in, based on breaking a low and grabbing liquidity, just like we did to the upside. Is that pretty clear? Let me know in chat if you guys understood what I just did on TVGN, and then we'll move on to the daily chart. Let me know in YouTube or premium chat. Is that clear? Why I got these liquidity, understanding liquidity? Okay. All right, so now let's see how these levels reacted on intraday. So let me remove this goofy line. And now we were looking at the 1 hour chart, right? So let's check the 5 minute. How did all of this play out on the 5 minutes? So, okay, we grab liquidity over this, right? Rejected the exact top as previous 2 weeks ago. And then we rejected once again, right? So grab liquidity over this high again and rejected. So blue line held up. So in that play, it would have held up, right? If we were trading it early morning and you had your levels drawn out, it would have worked out, right? The 1 hour line once again came from this supply zone. Okay, so now what we're looking for is something. I don't like that rejection. But if shorts start to pile in, then I would like to see 147 become support. So either now on the intraday chart, on the 5 minute chart, we want to see something like this. Okay, that's what we would want to look for if 147 is going to hold. If 138 is going to hold, there's two scenarios that we can play out, right? We candle open at 142 area. Okay, candle open here, grab liquidity down to this level. Okay, and then we rock it up. Okay, that's what we could do. Or if it's a little bit weaker, right, that would show a lot of strength. But if it's a little bit weaker and they need to accumulate more shares, this is what we would see. Right, so those are two scenarios. Right, there's two scenarios. And what I like to see at these levels is more so of this. Reason for that is if they do lower wicket from open, sure, that shows me a lot of strength, but they didn't get to grab a lot of shares. They didn't get to accumulate shares. They just got the left resting orders. They didn't get to manipulate below the low. They didn't get to consolidate it, and it's less of a powerful move. So basically, it's gonna be there's too many scenarios that could play out. Let me just show you. Let me just kind of go over them just so you guys can kind of understand. Potential scenarios of candle open here, lower wick would be insane popped up to here, and then rejection all the way down. Something like we seen on Pally about a month ago, right? It was something like this, where you'll see a straight up pop and then all the way rejection, right? So there's really no trade opportunity there because you're trading right out the open, which I don't trade with size, or I really try to avoid. Or any pullback you play, it's not holding, right? So it's just taking away potential. You're just putting energy here for a stock that might not even run, and then you're going to be missing out on other stocks, right? So that's why I like to really avoid trades out the open. We took Visa last week because I was really confident, but it didn't work out. But we made up for it on other stocks, right? So we'll see how this plays out. Two scenarios, or actually three scenarios. And in one of the scenarios, I will not play it, which is the one that completely just lower wicks out the open and then goes nuts. All right, I will not play that. I want to see it consolidate, manipulate, and then do something like that. If it sets up like that, sure, we'll trade it. Now, where's the volume at? You guys see, let's do a little volume price analysis. We see, we might even need to come down, and not much volume on that one. I'll mark this out just because I see a wick here. We might need to, so there's a lot of volume on this, right? We have a lot of volume, and this is where we would want to break below right? So 138 also is this lower wick, right? On the 1 hour, we talked about the wick 138. So what does it look like on the intraday? This is the wick on the 5-minute intraday. So we want to see it break below it and grab liquidity. That's why I was saying it. Now, that means there's left resting orders right under here, okay? Now, you guys see this is the highest buying pressure volume on the day after this one, right? So right about this and this almost the same. You guys can see there was a massive rejection, right? So I still think that TVGN is a nice trade opportunity for us. But this 138 level is going to be my kiss spot. It's going to be like, all right, this is beautiful. 147, I'm actually probably not going to trade it. I'll watch it, but the trade opportunity in here is just not a good risk reward. If I hope you guys can clearly understand that 138 is obviously better than 147, just based off the whole chart that I showed you guys, that they grab liquidity over these highs, they grab liquidity over these highs. TVGN is kind of struggling at 147. There's a lot of selling pressure volume, so could shorts get trapped? Yes, anything could happen. But is it an A+ trade setup, especially right out the open, especially on a Monday, especially with GME taking volume? No. All right, so the plan is pretty clear on TVGN. We're looking at 138 level to grab liquidity and look for a move back up to like 145, no, like 150, 165. All right, that would be what we're looking for. Okay. Yeah, this is TradingView. Is the plan clear here, guys? I hope it is. I hope I broke it down pretty easily for you. ACIU. Now, the thing about this one is the float here is kind of big. Float here is kind of big. 50 million, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So, do I like the float? Not so much. But can we work with it? Yeah. Okay, so right off the bat, what am I marking out? Right off the bat, what did I mark out? I looked at the stock at 4 a.m., so 4 hours ago. That's when it started running. Right off the bat, can you guys tell me what I marked out? I have not looked at the stock in 4 hours. What did I mark out initially? It should be pretty clear. Was it high volume? Yeah. Was it support? Yeah. Not the answers that I'm looking for, though. High volume, kind of like an answer I'm looking for. No, support and resistance is not the answer that I'm looking for. Someone's got to get it. Yes, structure is a correct answer. Leading down to structure. There you go. Asim got it. Asim got it. Asim got it. He said liquidity grabs. These are both liquidity levels. All right, so we have a high here. Right? Let me show you guys why. We talked about liquidity levels just on the previous candle. So you guys got to pay attention. We have a high here, and we break this high, right? So we break this high and reject, right? So we have a high here. We break this high with the high volume. No candle close up here. We reject. So this is all selling pressure. Half of this buying pressure is not actual buying pressure. Half of this buying pressure is actually selling pressure. All right? So then we grab liquidity over these highs. We grab stop losses. We start to run down. Then we create a low at this low, right? So we create a low right here at the low wick. Okay, so now we've let the market paint a picture. We've let the market paint a structure. So I have a high here, we have a low here. Now what do we want to see for a trade entry? A trade entry is short positions want to see, let me show you guys. Short positions want to see something like liquidity grab over, rejection. This is where shorts would enter. Okay, write it down. If that happens first, shorts win. Okay, or longs want to see this. This is exactly what longs want to see. Longs want to see liquidity grab to the downside for a move to the upside, and that's exactly what's happening on ACIU. But once again, we have a very weird manipulation candle in the middle of the chart. So that's a pretty ugly, right? What's going on here? Same thing that going on here. Shorts got trapped, right? Shorts got trapped because this was a bullish engulfing. Whatever happened here completely recovered the whole move. Flip bullish, right? Same thing over here. Whatever happened here, flip bearish. The whole move got smacked down in this fair value gap, right? So now I think it needs a little bit more time to play itself out. The levels are still active, but what I would do is instead of just targeting 407, I would also target this 388 high, just because there's so much selling pressure here, right? So they might, because we're grabbing liquidity over here into open, you want to see it hold up, right? So the level would be 333, and then you would see 388. So this is exactly what's going on. Who's grabbing liquidity first? Right? Who's grabbing liquidity first? So obviously sellers grab liquidity first, then buyers made a base. Buyers are grabbing liquidity on good volume, right? Grabbing good liquidity. So something like this would probably set up. I think we need more consolidation, but overall PTs would be 388, just based off the risk to reward, 333 level and manipulations, right? So you guys understand now why I drew these two lines right out the gates, right? I asked you guys, some people got it right, some people did not. But now you guys understand why I drew out these levels. How do I determine zones? I determine zones based off intraday and larger time frame, as in the 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, weekly. But right now, we'll because I'm kind of trying to teach market structure and liquidity, we'll go over just intraday. But I hope this is all making sense, right? So we'll move on to the next one. All right, so I haven't seen these stocks. CCLD, I don't even think I've traded this one before. CCLD, pretty ugly right off the gate, right off the bat. Pretty ugly based off of a lot of volume, a lot of rejection. You know, I see something. I see a potential scenario here. That's what I was thinking. See a potential scenario here. Notice how this candle closed green. So what that tells me, hey, it's not completely done for. Although there's a lot of sellers here, we're probably not hitting to 258 again. In one scenario, we could. This is what we would look for. Right? Once again, manipulation. Right? Here you go. High here. Grab liquidity over this high. Boom, rejection. What am I looking for now? Grab liquidity below this low. This is exactly the levels that I'm looking for. I think CCLD looks really good. Let me check out the flow here. Give me 1 second. $9 million shares flow. Okay. We have 3 million volume on the day. See, I'm liking this. I'm liking this setup. The only issue, see, 2.5. We broke 2.5 is, I just saw it on the weekly. All right, $2, right? $2 is a big level. $2. All right, perfect example. I'm about to show you guys something. So what did we just talk about? Lower time frame and higher time frame. The question was asked, do I use intraday? Do I use 5 minute, 10 minute, whatever? I use lower time frame. All right, and then I confirm my bias on larger time frame, meaning I'll mark out key levels on lower time frame and see where they sit at on larger time frames, and then I'll adjust it based off that. All right. Hope that makes sense how I do it. So now, what did I just say? I said we have a high here. We broke over, grab liquidity, right? Well, how do I know it's liquidity? Because we didn't candle close over the level, right? We candle close down here. We didn't candle close over this level. So everything that we grabbed up here was liquidity, and we moved it down. So $2, I marked that out. Now I go to the daily and the weekly. Well, what happens? Boom. There's a level right here, 204. There's highs. So what did they do? They grabbed liquidity. So my level intraday, I moved it to 204 now, right? It's pretty intact, right? So on intraday, we saw it was 204 or $2, right? And then on the weekly, it aligns, the liquidity grabs aligns at 204, okay? Does that make sense? How I did that? They aligned, right? So now, where are my levels right here sitting? Okay, 144, 147. I'm about to go into this ticker a little bit more deep because I really like the way it's setting up. I think this has some potential. So I'm going to go into a little bit deeper. Does this have news? CCOD does have a PR. Give me 1 second. I'm going to check it out. Oh, it's some bullshit news. I mean, I would have to read it. It's not bullshit just yet, but it says CCLD, Care Cloud Capital Structure Update. So let's check it out. You know what? Why not? Why not? So the offer to acquire the company filed over share of the common stock in 20. Received an unsolicited offer. Okay, nice. The board of director declined the offer. All the evaluation of investment. Declined the offer to the $5 per share and retain investment back to ACIU. Interesting. Who released this news? I think they meant to say assets, but they didn't do so good. Series A preferred stock, okay. Big time, oops. Okay, someone said, Big E said 48% insider owned, okay. You know, we've been seeing a lot of insider owned runners trade recently. Just kind of skimming through it. I don't care about it, whatever. Nothing that I see too crazy in the news except that like they rejected a $5, I guess, common stock. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it's not like crazy good news, but it has something to drive it, right? And it's not terrible news. So we'll look for 144, 147, right? On intraday, we saw the high, we saw a liquidity grab. Same thing, we're looking, we see a low, we're looking for a liquidity grab down into here. Okay, this is probably one of my top watches now. Why is this one of my top watches? Let's talk about, what did we talk about last week? We talked about on Friday, we talked about buyers and sellers showing their hand, right? You guys remember? We talked about buyers and sellers showing me their hand, showing me where they're in control. Sellers used their hand here. They grabbed all the liquidity. They used every single cent of power they had at this level, at this wick. All right, they grabbed liquidity over that, and they dumped. This is where they grabbed the liquidity. Okay, this is where they grabbed it. This is where they grabbed it, and this is where they released it. Okay, that's where they released the liquidity. It's like they grabbed it and then they chunked it down. Okay, and why can I know they released it? How do I know they're out? Look at the volume. Decline, 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 decline. How A plus is that? How A plus is that volume setup? All right, let's go over that. They grab liquidity. I hope that's clear. They grab liquidity over 199 previous high. Once again, which also aligns with the weekly level, which is a weekly high. So liquidity grab over that level, right? Meaning all stop losses, all buy orders at that level. Then they released it down here. They released the shares here. So now, since they're done releasing, buying pressure came in. Buying pressure starting to come. So we're starting to reclaim. We're starting to make higher lows here. Okay? We're starting to make higher lows here. So is this stock even going to liquidity grab? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Otherwise, I would be a genie, right? Let's see. Well, we see an uptrend start to form. I want to see it crack. I want to see grab liquidity, just like they did, for a move back up to 199. Now, we talked about sellers showing their hand. Sellers showed me their hand here, so that means every single pop is going to become a uptrend. Every single dip on a pop is going to be bought up, meaning we pop here, we dip back into this low. Well, sellers have already showed me their hand. Reclaim, go up. We're gonna retest back this level. Well, sellers have already showed me their hand. They've already dumped their shares. New buyers are gonna step in. All right, and then we're gonna start to reject 199. So I think that CCLD could be a grinder play. This could be a slow grinder play from 144 trend trade all the way back up to 199. It might be a little bit choppy. It might give you a little headache, but you scale off on the way up. All right. Is that clear? Same thing happened on WeSend. Same, not yesterday, but not Friday, but previously in the supply and demand videos. If you guys have watched it, all right, they show me their hand and then kind of make all these levels because they've already grabbed all the liquidity here. They grab liquidity. They grab liquidity. Now it's time for buyers to step in. It's time for buyers to show control. All right, so let's check out the next one. I'll do one more stock because we have around 13 minutes into market open. I need to get on voice with the team. Costs. Interesting, costs is on the scanner. I hope that made sense. Costs is on the scanner right here. 556K volume. Remember that this is also a meme stock play. I like playing the sympathies a little bit. Not a huge fan. Like I said, I like swinging instead on these stocks. But we'll see. So right off the bat, what am I gonna do? What did I do? Right off the bat, haven't checked the stock all day. Tell me what I did. Tell me what I did. Tell me what I did in chat. Everyone, because everyone should know the answer now. Only 4 people? Let me know. Everyone should know it. I want everyone to understand. I want everyone to be like, all right, I know this is what I know. This is a liquidity grab. I need more people to let me know they understand it. All right, you guys understanding. I want to make sure you guys are awake. All right, so liquidity grab levels. We have a high here. We have a low here. Same thing as the last stock. We have a high here. We have a low here. And let's look into it. Right, so we have a high here. We haven't broken this high though. Notice how on every single stock we see something like this. On this candle we see something like this, and then like that. So usually on break of highs, we see this candle break highs and grab liquidity. Not on this one. We see a liquidity grab below the low, and we grab liquidity to the downside. That means buyers are in control. So now this is an uptrend. I'm looking for buyers to step in. I'm looking for buyers to show me some strength. I'm looking for buyers. Does that make sense? All right. I hope that makes sense. If you guys enjoyed the stream, make sure you guys drop a like. Make sure to subscribe. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. I dropped a video on Friday on the LIDR short squeeze. We nailed it from 168 on live trading, all the way guidance to 187. Then it went nuclear to 2+. Absolutely insane. You guys can check that video out. It's super value packed. I go over liquidity grabs in depth, and I go over why I caught the short squeeze, even though it was against the trend. So that will give you guys some conviction and understand. So everything that I know, I hope you guys are understanding. I hope every single person here has ordered this baby, right? If you haven't, VPA, make sure you guys order it. Make sure you guys get to work. I want to make sure that all my followers and all the people who are on the stream and all the people who are in premium and all the people who follow me are getting real education. I don't care about, you know, this guru crap. I don't really. That's why I'm not really too active on social medias like that. But I more so care about education and educating people. So if you guys enjoy the education and actually want to become profitable, come live trade with me right here. Link is right here. 7-day free trial. You guys will absolutely love it. Other than that, I'll be here on Wednesday, and I'll have another YouTube video either today or tomorrow. I like to do the YouTube videos the days that I don't have streams, so you guys always get something every single day. So even if there is a recap today, then I'll post it on Twitter. But we'll see. I hope you guys are enjoying it here. I hope you guys are learning and actually becoming profitable and actually using the teachings that I'm giving you guys actually intraday and hopefully becoming better, right? So before I do go on to see GME, oh man, this thing is ripping. See, the volume is here, so I'm probably not taking any trades out the open. There's a stream right here in the link. There's a link to join premium for 7-day free trial here in the chat. Other than that, it's been Minnie. Peace out.